Americans love their ball games. If they're not shooting hoops in basketball, they're hitting home runs in baseball or knocking the stuffing out of each other in American football. Throw soccer into the mix too, and can there really be room for rugby?
Although the British are a sports-loving people, there are things they don't understand about our sports. Listen, for example, to how one British reporter describes America's great pastime of football.
Men in golden and red helmets, like the crew of a spaceship, rushed on and off the field. Play seems a mixture of conjuring, sleight of hand, and human skittles, and was constantly stopped by referees.
These days, there's much less mystery about sports popular in different countries. And while the NFL has made American football famous throughout the world, Rugby Sevens has begun to make its mark in the US.
It's a lot more fun to me than the traditional American football or baseball or something like that. That's a lot more calm and collected. Or just one big play and then a break. It's constantly moving, and then there's tons of big plays all the time.
Miles Craigwell joined the US Sevens team after time spent with the Miami Dolphins NFL squad.
In football, it's really just 3 or 4 seconds of concentration, but in rugby, it's for the full 7 minutes. And, you're hitting someone here, and you have to get up. You might have to hit the next person that has the ball. It's just continual play. Whereas football, you have water breaks, you have timeouts, TV timeouts, and then you go from offense to defense and vice versa. So you have to be skilled in both attack and defense, which is, pretty different from football, whereas you might just focus on offense or you might just focus on defense. In rugby, you have to have both.
The strategy is evidently based on this assumption. Nobody knows who's got the ball, so to be safe, knock down everybody in sight. The biggest pile of bodies indicates where the ball is.
Off the pitch too, Rugby Sevens is grabbing the attention of sports fans who have grown up on a diet of the traditional US team games.
How does it compare to American sports that you follow?
I think it compares real well. It's got a similar feel as American football, but it just goes. It just goes and goes and goes.
It's very easy to keep up with. It lasts short enough that I can, stay into it the whole entire time.
There's no padding, no helmets, but they're not using them as weapons against each other either.
How often do you get to have beers with Kenyans and Fijians and Samoans and Scots and Welsh and Canadians? It's fabulous. It's much more interesting than going to a generic, football game.
He's actually studying sevens. He's getting a PhD, and that's his whole thing, is how to develop sevens.
And you learn to dress up like that?
Well, that's what they do in Hong Kong, Wellington, everywhere else in the world. So we're trying to bring it here to Las Vegas.
Who's got the hardest hit?
I say football because they're in helmet and shoulder pads, so people think they're invincible. But it's going to hurt on the rugby pitch as well because, you don't have any padding. It's flesh to flesh, so whatever is God-given to you and whatever you make in the gym is going to help you out on the pitch. So it's imperative that you work out, you lift, and go out there with your best suit on, pretty much. Best birthday suit on, at least.
Rugby, from which came our own game of football.
Rugby Sevens, a game invented in Britain, and now competing for attention with American sports on the other side of the Atlantic.
So you see, misunderstandings can exist, not only among us, but among Britons as well.